It's Monday, and so welcome to the wide, wonderful world of technology with Steve Fung. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine, and you?
Well, I'm just trying to catch up on the stuff you shared with us last week, and all of a sudden we've got some new things cooking. Let's get straight to it. What's the app of the day?
Instant Heart Rate Pro.
Instant Heart Rate Pro.
Yeah.
What in the world does that do?
It's a very nice application that allows you to check your heart rate using only your phone. The phone must have a camera and a light at the back of it, and what it does basically is it shines a light through your finger, and it basically measures the fluctuation of the blood going through your veins, and based on that they get a reading of your heart rate. It matches it to a chart and allows you to keep track of your heart rate based on your activities. So if you just come for running, you can say, well, hey, this was taken while it was jogging, or this was taken while it was sitting. So you can basically track how your heart rate is going.
Shoot, I wish the doctors were still here. I wanted to ask them about something like that. How accurate is a gadget like that?
Well, it's not claimed to, they say it has a high level of accuracy. They're saying it's not going to replace any medical tools or apparatuses, but it is useful for the person on the go that wants to get a reading on the spot.
That's super. But you need to have a camera with a phone and a light.
No, the phone itself will have a camera at the back of it, a camera and a light at the back of it, so you put your finger over it.
Oh, okay.
It's basically, well, you won't get it on your BlackBerry, unfortunately. Androids and Apple iPhones, you're able to use the Instant Heart Rate Pro as well as the Apple tablets and the Android tablets. So it's a very useful tool if you have a smartphone.
If I have a smartphone.
Yeah.
Let's see a tablet. What do you have there?
This is one of the Sony tablets that would have released two of them. This is one of the two. One of the partners from the blog allowed me to use the tablet to bring on. So basically, it's like most of the other tablets except for a bit of the form factor. It's thicker, but you notice it has a raised profile.
Yeah,
so where usually you have to get a case to have that slight slant, the tablet itself has it. And it has a little arm strap around your hand. It's pretty light as well too. In terms of specs, it's the same specs as the Galaxy Tab or the Acer Iconia. Only differences would be the ports. This one has something unique, which is a full-size SD card port, which is hidden in this compartment. It allows you to put the full-size cards. So if you're a photographer or a videographer and you use SD cards, you can just pop it in easy and use the video editing capabilities or image editing capabilities on the go. So you'll be able to just touch out your images or even put together a rough edit of your work for your clients. So it's a very nice tablet on the go. Dual-core Tegra 2, a gig of RAM, and 16 gig onboard space. It's a very nice device.
Any downsides to it?
Personally, I don't. The feel of it is new because they're accustomed to having a flat tablet. So in the hand, if you're a person who likes to, it may be a bit new, but flat on the surface, it's nicely raised. The screen is okay, isn't as good as some other screens, though in daylight, or in the sun, you can read it quite accurately.
Let's see. Okay. Well, what happened here? The screen.
Yeah, the screens usually go off for battery saving. When I say go off, it means it basically just it times out after a while. If you're not touching the screen, it goes off to help you conserve battery. People always ask if they should turn off their tablet, and I always tell them no. What happens? The tablet has their own energy-saving features, so it would turn off itself, and it would do just about whatever it can to conserve its own battery.
Okay. What else is trending?
The Apple iPod 3. It's been announced.
It's been announced
officially.
Yeah, and no one can get it because it's sold out.
You'll be able to get it.
But I was listening overnight, and they were saying if you were thinking of trying to get it online and have it delivered by Friday, forget it, because they haven't got any more. I mean.
Yeah. Well, basically, Apple, I personally believe they released a limited run. Initially, because what happens is even with the iPod 2 there were some problems with some of the screens, so they had to, because there was such a limited number out, they were able to recall. But usually there's a first wave, and these will be the early adopters, the guys that will set up their tents and camp out there 2 days in advance, and they get theirs, and then they're usually the pre-orders online. So if you haven't pre-ordered or you haven't set your tent out in front of an Apple store, you're probably not going to get it.
What are you hearing about it?
Very good. Not as revolutionary as you will find pasted at the top of their website, but it's still a pretty fast tablet. It's much faster than the iPod 2. Once again, like we see with the iPhone 4 and the iPhone 4S, the upgrades tend to be mostly on the inside and more in terms of the processor and the graphics capability of the device.
Okay. Where would you position that with the other tablets?
Well, honestly, Apple has the lead and the market share in terms of tablets because they were out so early. They have the largest app store and they have a nice ecosystem going between the iPhone, the iPad, and the Mac. So they're still ahead in terms of tablets. This is in terms of sales.
But in terms of quality, in terms of the deliverables, the things that the average person needs, I mean, do you need to go with them, or is there somebody else with a comparable product that can deliver as much?
Well, there are always options, and what I find, I always recommend people to get what you need, or basically what suits your needs or the tasks you want to do. The iPad is a very useful, very well-built device. Though comparable to certain Android tablets, it lacks certain functionality. If I was to get a tablet for someone that's not very technologically savvy, I'll definitely give them an iPad. But someone that has experience using computers or just wants to do a bit more work or what's not, I will give them any of the Android tablets, the higher end tablets. You find the iPad is a very good multimedia device. It's great for watching movies, reading, and playing games. But when you want to get more productivity, you want to do some work, you want to edit stuff, edit documents and what's not, I prefer the Android side of things for productivity and work. You can also play games and watch movies and listen to music, but Apple is refined and it's perfect on that. Whereas you can do work on an iPad as well, but it's not as well as an Android tablet.
Do we see us evolving in the workplace to the iPad and doing away with the PC, or?
Yeah, definitely the tablet space is going to pick up more in terms of in the workplace. I know the two government departments in the U.S. have done away with their contracts for some laptops and are replacing them with iPads and other tablets. Different departments are taking up either Apple or the Android side of things. So there's no one side in terms of shift of one particular dominating company within workplace and government officials, but tablets are much more portable and they can't do as much as your laptop can do. But for the tasks that you will need in the basic workplace, probably as a sales agent or marketing agent, it completely replaces the need to have a laptop.
Wow, wow. What new phones are out this week?
The one of note is the One X from HTC, the HTC One X, which is not out, it's announced, and there's a new Sony Xperia phone that has been released as well. But definitely want to talk about Google Plus. It's a new social network, and well, it's not that new, but people are getting on slowly but surely. What I'm going to talk about though is the advantages of using it on your mobile phone. They don't quite have a native BlackBerry app yet. You can access it via the web, but for the Android and the iPhone, you could take advantage of the cloud services that Google has available for free. Normally with the other devices or other services, you have to purchase a cloud service, or if you use Dropbox, you buy additional space. Box just give away 50 gigs, so you can use that as well. But with Google Plus on your phone, when you take your pictures or you record any video, it automatically goes up to a secure online space that's yours, which has seemingly unlimited space. So for example, people lose their phones, people lose their SD cards, you take your photos, they're stored in your account online. You can access them instantly from your PC, from your tablet, from another phone if you wanted to, because they're safely stored in the cloud.
Wow.
So they're very nice.
That's brilliant. And that's Google Plus?
That's the Google Plus app, yes.
Okay. All right. You talked about not the HTC One X, but there was another phone you mentioned.
It's really just the One X is the big one. The Sony Xperia. There's a new Sony Xperia that's it's pretty nice. It has a very unique design in where it has a transparent bar across where the button should be. So it looks like the phone is divided in two and literally floating part of it. So it's a very nice design. It doesn't really jump out at me right now, but we'll have to see what else is to come.
It doesn't do anything differently then?
The advent of the quad-core processors, personally, I would prefer them to bring some new battery technology and get me a much faster phone, much longer battery life. To me, the speeds of the phones right now, especially dual-core processors, are pretty good. The Qualcomm, which is a company that makes chips for phones, their dual-core chips are faster than some of the quad-core chips, and they lose a lot less power. So at this point, I really would like them to improve the battery life in the devices so I can have a phone on for like 5 days or something. You don't have to worry about charging.
You don't have to. That's a big problem that I have, you know. If they forget to plug in the phone at night, it's all over.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Steve Fung, that's where we're gonna leave it for this day. I'm always fascinated by, you know, the advances in technology. Good to talk to you. All right, we're gonna take a break here and come back with more on Morning Barbados. Don't go away.